What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Flash video. So we had Flash return this week, and while we didn't get a huge reveal just as to who Savitar was, there are some very big hints, I think, in this episode as to who this could actually be, as Savitar was revealed at the end, towards Killer Frost. Now, if you're new to the channel, please do click that like. Please do click that subscribe, and also, if you're already subscribed, please click that bell button for notifications. So, welcome people. The Flash has been a very interesting season, in my opinion. It's been kind of strong and kind of not so strong. I feel that the Flash and Arrow have had very similar villains, to be honest, people who are possibly from the past of our heroes. However, they have wanted to cause as much pain and inflict as much damage as possible. Personally, it's a very personal thing here that both these villains are doing. I kind of think that the Prometheus character has done it better. I think Arrow have written that character a lot better, in my opinion, because the reveal has come a bit earlier. I feel that it's lacking a reveal, unfortunately, in The Flash, but I think that having that reveal would be a bit better, especially maybe in episode 2 before the one next week, which is where it's going to be revealed, because it gives us more time. It gives us a final act kind of thing. It gives us explanation. It gives us drama. And I feel that holding it as long as possible like this with what they're doing, I think that it is being a bit cheap, and you're not giving the viewers as much chance to enjoy the twist or enjoy the reveal as much as possible. Granted, I could be very wrong. I could be incredibly wrong. It could be a great reveal. But on the other hand, so far, that's how I feel. Now, the question is, who the hell is Savitar? Now, that is the million-dollar question, people. That is the million-dollar question as to just who this character is. And, well, there's been all kinds of theories. There has been everything from Time Remnant to Future Flash. But why would Barry kill Iris? That's the one problem with that theory. Time Remnant is a bit iffy as well, but I think that is a very good theory. A lot of them are pretty good. However, in my Flash review a couple of days ago, I looked towards Ronnie Raymond, Earth 2's Ronnie Raymond to be exact, and I'll explain why. Now, having this reveal was a very interesting way to reveal the character, but to only Killer Frost. Now, Killer Frost is obviously evil. She ran around, or due to Flashpoint, they've kind of been merged, and we've had her deal with what's going on, and, well, she is kind of bad, of course. Well, evil, some may say. However, on Earth 2, we had her running around with Ronnie Raymond, and they were partners in crime. So this is a similar story to our beloved Black Canary, Black Siren. So we had Black Siren on Arrow, and she came back, and I'm not sure how much of this was true, but she did actually have a Green Arrow. She had a love there, and they had a love on Earth 2 with our Killer Frost and Ronnie Raymond. Now, the problem with this is the fact that we saw Savitar walk towards her and said, "My child," and, well, so far did not seem to be a love of her past. It didn't feel like a huge reveal for them to be a couple. I didn't feel like, as a couple, this reveal didn't really work. Or this idea of it being Ronnie kind of falls a bit flat when we get to the point that I feel that Killer Frost would reveal or go mad if it was actually Ronnie and embrace the character. However, who could it be then? Now, what's interesting is we have Hunter Zolomon, who she was working for. It was Zoom. And what I find interesting is that kind of relationship, that reveal, I feel that is more of a hierarchical thing, if that's even a word. I feel that it is more paternal more of a authority figure there, revealing and showing that they have trust. Now, the question is, how could Hunter Zolomon actually return from being the Black Flash? Because as we saw at the end of Season 2, he turned into the Black Flash. Now, I kind of have a theory. I feel that the Speed Force was punishing him, but once he had done his time as the Black Flash, he was then rewarded for killing the Reverse Flash, and then he was possibly put into the Speed Force. So Zoom was put into the Speed Force, and then that is where the whole I've lived this, well, he was the Black Flash, of course. He's seen all this. Now he is actually in the Speed Force, trapped, and has found a way to break out of his prison and has created this armor. Now that is a very, very big long shot, I know, but I kind of feel that is an interesting theory. Personally, I'm leaning more towards Ronnie just because it would be more of an interesting reveal than a return of Zoom. I think it would be a bit weird having Zoom back on the show just the season after he's dead, but they love their returns in the CW, don't they? So let me know what you think in the comments. Please do drop that like. Please do click that subscribe as well. And I'll see you soon, and goodbye.